Namaste. So today I'm going to read Book 11, Chapter 2, on cleansing the several parts of the body in the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakratu Namaha Kaya Surya Koti Samabra Nirvana. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. Narayana said, even if a man studies the Vedas with 6 Angas, limbs of the Vedas, he cannot be pure if he be devoid of the principle of right living, sadachara. And if he does not practice it, all that is in vain. As soon as the 2 wings of the young ones of birds appear, they leave their nests. So the Chandas, the Vedas, leave such a man devoid of sadachara. At the time of his death, the intelligent man should get up from his bed at the Brahma Muhurta and should observe all the principles of sadachara. In the last quarter of night, he should practice in reciting and studying the Vedas. Then for some time, he should meditate on his Istadeva, his presiding deity. The yogi should meditate on Brahma according to the method stated before. O Narada, if meditation be done as above, the identity of Jiva and Brahma is at once realized and the man becomes liberated while living. After the 55th danda from the preceding sunrise, i.e. 2 hours before the sunrise, comes the Usakala. After the 57th danda comes the Arunodayakala. After the 58th danda comes the morning time. Then the sun rises, one should get up from one's bed in the morning time. He should go then to a distance where an arrow shot at one stretch goes. There in the southwest corner he is to void his urines and feces. Then the man, if he be a brahmachari, should place his holy thread on his right ear at the house, and the householder should suspend it on his neck only. That is, the brahmachari in the first stage of his life should place the holy thread over his right ear. The householder and the vanaprasthis should suspend the holy thread from the neck towards the back and then void their feces. He is to tie a piece of cloth round his head and spread earth or leaves on the place where he will evacuate himself. He is not to talk then, nor spit, nor inhale hard. One is not to evacuate oneself in cultivated lands that has been tilled in water, over the burning pyre, on the mountain, in the broken and ruined temples, on the anthills, on places covered with grass, on roadside, or on holes where living being exists. One ought not to do the same also while walking. One ought to keep silence during both the twilights, while one is passing urine or voiding one's feces, or while one is holding sexual intercourse, or before the presence of one's guru, during the time of sacrifice, or while making gifts, or while doing Brahma Yajna. One ought to pray before evacuating thus: O Devas, O Rishis, O Pisachas, O Uragas, O Rakshasas, you all who might be existing here unseen by me are requested to leave this place. I am going to ease myself here duly. Never one is to void oneself while one looks at Vayu, wind, Agni, fire, Brahmana, the sun, water or cow. At the daytime, one is to turn one's face northward, and at the night time, southward, while easing oneself, and then one is to cover the feces, etc., with stones, pebbles, leaves, or grass, etc. Then he is to hold his genital organ with his hand and go to a river or any other watery place. He is to fill his vessel with water, then go to some other place. The Brahmana is to use the white earth. The Kshatriya is to take the red earth. The Vaishya is to use the yellow earth, and the Sudra is to apply the black earth. And with that, he is to cleanse himself. The earth under water, the earth of any temple, the earth of an anthill, the earth of a mouse hole, and the remnant of the earth used by another body for washing are not to be used for cleansing purposes. The earth for cleansing feces is twice as much as that used in case of urine clearance. In the cleansing after sexual intercourse, thrice as much. In urine cleansing, the earth is to be applied in the organ of generation once, thrice in the hand, and in dirt clearing twice in the organ of generation, 5 times in anus, 10 times in the left hand, and 7 times in both the hands. Then apply earth 4 times, first in the left feet, and then 1 on the right feet. The householder should cleanse thus. The brahmachari is to do twice, and the yatis 4 times. At every time, the quantity of wet earth that is to be taken is to be of the size of an amalaki fruit. Never it is to be less than that. This is for the clearance in the daytime. Half of these can be used in the night time for the invalids, 1/4 the above measurements for the passers-by, 1/8 the above dimensions are to be observed. In case of women, Sudras, and incapable children, clearing are to be done till then, when the offensive smell vanishes. No numbers are to be observed. Bhagavan Manu says, for all the Varnas, the clearing is to be done till then, when the offensive smell vanishes. The clearing is to be performed by the left hand. The right hand is never to be used. Below the navel, the left hand is to be used, and above the navel, the right hand is to be used for clearing. The wise man should never hold his water pot while evacuating himself. If by mistake he catches hold of his water pot, he will have to perform the penance prayaschita. If out of vanity or sloth, clearing be not done. For 3 nights, one is to fast, drinking water only, and then to repeat the Gayatri mantra and thus be purified. In every matter, in view of the place, time, and materials, one's ability and power are to be considered, and steps are to be taken accordingly. Knowing all this, one should clear oneself according to rule. Never be lazy here. After evacuating oneself of feces, one is to rinse one's mouth 12 times, and after passing urine and clearing, one is to rinse 4 times. Never less than that is to be done. The water after rinsing is to be thrown away slowly downwards on one's left. Next, performing Achman, one is to wash one's teeth. If he is to take a tiny piece, 12 angulars, fingers long, about 1 foot, from a tree which is thorny and gummy. The cleansing twig for teeth is thick like one's little finger. He is to chew the little end of it to form a toothbrush. Karanja, Udumbara, fig tree, mango, kadamba, lodha, champaka, and vadari trees are used for cleansing teeth. While cleansing teeth, one is to recite the following mantra: O tree, wherein resides the deity moon, for giving food to the beings and for killing the enemies, let him wash my mouth to increase my fame and honor. O tree, dost thou please give me long life, power, fame, energy, beauty, sons, cattle, wealth, intellect, and the knowledge of Brahma. If the cleansing twig be not available, and if there be any prohibition to brush one's teeth that day, say Pratipad De Amavas Sasti and Navami. Take mouthfuls of water, gargle 12 times, and thus cleanse the teeth. If one brushes one's teeth with a twig on the new moon day, the first, 6th, 9th, and 11th day after the full or new moon, or on Sunday one eats the sun, it is woe by making him lose his fire, makes his family line extinct, and brings his 7 generations down into the hell. Next, he should wash his feet and sip pure clean water thrice, touch his lips twice with his thumb, and then clear the nostrils by his thumb and 4 fingers. Then he is to touch his eyes and ears with his thumb and ring finger, touch his navel with his thumb and little finger, touch his breast with his palm, and touch his head with all his fingers. Here ends the 2nd chapter of the 11th book on cleansing the several parts of the body in the Maha Puranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapali Durga Kashma. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.